So, what's your name?
My name is Jessica Bull, but everyone calls me Jessie with a Y.
Okay, how old are you?
I am 34.
You're 34, and then what do you do for work?
I am an attorney. I run a intellectual property and business law firm for business owners and creatives.
Awesome. And we're here to help you lose some weight. How long would you say you've been on this health journey where you're trying to get your health and your weight under control?
I would say, like most young women, I've always been endeavoring to lose weight. I would say the last 6 to 7 years has been like my heaviest and the toughest I've had. Trying to maintain or even be at a weight that I feel comfortable with or being fit. So I would say 6, 7 years for sure.
Okay. And what's one thing that you think has made it a bit harder for you in the past 7 years to kind of get your health where you want it to be? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's a couple factors. One is stress. Like my job is very stressful and I wasn't handling it well. And so a lot of the bad habits I had accumulated through school and just like going after my career and things really came and bit me. Two, I think I just had some emotional things going on with me and I was using food and things of that nature to cope. And then three, once you get to a certain size sometimes, or you stop doing it, you just lose the habit and the drive to do so. So I was having a really hard time maintaining momentum. I didn't do a lot of yo-yo dieting, but I would just be back and forth, inconsistent and very undisciplined. And then I just felt like I got so far, I didn't know how to find my way back.
And so you've done this before. Even with me, you've done this before.
Yeah.
But this time, you're ready. And what's going to make this time different than all the others for you this time around?
I think it's a couple things. One, emotionally, I am just way better. I have worked on me inside and how I regulate and how I manage stress and anxiety. And I just like myself a lot better. So that should be helpful. Two, I felt a lot of fear about like how to start or what I should be doing. And so having like guidance and not having to think so hard and have that accountability feels really helpful. And really overcomes the, like a lot of the fear I had because I really wanted to get into weight training and things of that nature. But in the past, when I've tried to like sign up for classes and things, I just didn't feel like the instructor was being mindful. And so I feel like my trainer now at Bull Fitness is going to be way more mindful. And I know that he's really good at his job, so that helps. And then three, I'm just in a season of shift for me. I know that I have some personal goals I want to reach that are unrelated to fitness, but fitness is relevant. And I don't want to live a life where I'm limited. So even though these last 7 years have been that, I don't want the rest of my life to be that. And I think I'm at a pivotal age where it matters a lot what I'm doing now. I don't want to have to do surgery or be diabetic before I take my health seriously and live my best, most vibrant life. Like one of my goals is to be able to play tennis competitively. And I cannot do that if I'm not fit enough. So this is like my first step to kind of establish and achieve one of my lifelong dreams, honestly.
Okay, awesome. And it's okay if you tell them you're my sister also, because I know you said my trainer at Bull Fitness. This is my sister, y'all, and she is going to be doing the weight loss series.
I'm a professional.
We're so excited to have her. Well, I'm going to be saying you're my sister the entire time, so it's not a secret. I think I had one more question based off something you said. Why did you, so you said you went to class in the past. Did you ever try to have a coach or dietitian or anything like that, like professional help? I know you've done like some type of smoothie programs and different like diets and stuff. Have you ever actually had like a one-on-one support in any capacity, whether it be online or in person?
No, I've never had one-on-one support. I've always been in groups. Or like group programs, whether in person or virtual. And in the past, like sometimes they were successful, but I would say like the last 3 years have been really hard because I felt like I didn't understand how my body worked, and I found myself injuring myself at times because like I was doing bad form, or I felt like the exercise I was doing, I was like, it didn't reflect my goals. Like it was a lot of cardio and things like that. And I didn't like that. So when I did try to get into the classes, because they're not, they're groups, I simply would often feel left behind or very discouraged
Yeah.
because the other people didn't always have like it felt like I was being extra. So it kind of felt like it was dampering me. Like even when I did tennis and things like that and like other physical activities, people were like, oh, you're being really competitive, you're being like a lot. And I feel like because I was so insecure anyway with like fitness level and things like that, that really discouraged me to continue or keep like that drive to like really push myself. And then, you just start feeling embarrassed to go to the gym because you feel like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't know how to use the machine, and you're like, am I using it right? And so then you just end up just walking and doing certain things and not reflecting. So that's why I'm really excited about the one-on-one, because the level of education is really helpful. I do feel really silly, but I know like there's someone like correcting me. And so I know like I'll have a point of reference finally, even when I go out on my own, that I can use that I just didn't have before. Cause I've never done weight training ever.
Yeah. Okay. I think that most people want to skip the phase when they look silly. But it's okay. Everybody
I'm okay
looks
with
silly.
looking silly if I know it's being done right. I'm okay with that.
And that's where we are. And that's where we are. But that's most people's dilemma. I'm here to tell you, do it silly. Because doing it silly is better than not doing anything at all.
Facts.
And that's going to wrap it. Oh, no, there's the last one. All right, so we know that once we start, we cannot quit. Yes?
Yes.
And we are not allowed to say, I can't during this.
Yes.
We will find a different way. So one thing I always tell my clients is that you can either find an excuse or we can find a reason to do it. So we're going to make our mind shift to, I'm going to find a reason or a way to get it done. Maybe we can't get a whole hour done, but I can get 20 minutes in. Maybe I can't do my full workout, but I can get a mile in. And that's the mindset we want to adapt during this process and forever and ever. Because it's not always going to be perfect, but we will get it done. We'll find a way.
Yep.
All right, that's Jesse, and we will see you soon somewhere else. Bye.